Hello everyone, I'm Retroverse, and today I'm going to be one of the participants in this Super Mario Land race. My opponent and current world record holder.
Retro?
Sorry, am I not coming through?
You are now.
Okay. I apologize for that. We're having some tech difficulties. Anyway, hello, I'm Retroverse, and today I'm one of the participants in this Super Mario Land race. My fellow racer is 825, who is the current world record holder. And on commentary, we have Oh Dear. Now, I'm going to stop talking, and he's going to take over. So, take it away.
All right. So, welcome from me as well. Let's get this race started right away. Go in 3, 2, 1, go. So, good evening, good morning, good day from me. This is a rather international setup today. We have EiP from Japan, we have Retroverse from the US, and I'm somewhere in the middle in Germany. This is Super Mario Land. You might know it if you're old enough from your childhood. It's the first handheld main series Mario game there ever was. Released 1989 on the Game Boy, for the Game Boy. With all of the stuff that comes with being an early release. It was a launch title for the Game Boy, and you can feel that it's an early game by how clunky it is. You can already see Mario is rising, jumping at a different ratio than he's falling. Everything looks very choppy when he moves, which makes this a very difficult game to play casually. And it kind of feels like you're on rails, which is not too bad for the speedrun. As long as you keep your momentum, you're usually good. As long as you have to change direction, you're usually not so good anymore. Both of our runners make it through the first 2 levels perfectly, on rails, as I said. In fact, you can play the first 3 levels completely frame perfectly, down to the, well, frame. This game is comprised of 12 levels, divided in 4 worlds. This is the final stage of the first world, and there's a couple of tight-ish jumps, but overall the entire first world, as you could already see, is not too big of a problem. We have the first boss here, both runners easily traversing the level and jumping over the boss. We don't have to defeat the bosses in this game, we can just jump over them, except for the very last 2 out of the 5. Coming up is a very frustrating part of this game if you speedrun it. This is the forced bonus game, where you can get rewards from 1-ups to power-ups, and each of them takes a different time. And it's completely random in the way of that it changes every single frame. EiP gets a Fire Flower, and Retroverse gets a 2-up, which you can already see EiP is gaining time just through that bonus game. Can be frustrating, but that's just the nature of the game. World 2 ramps up the difficulty a tiny bit. You can see there's a lot of death pits below. You don't want to fall there. It gets a little bit more crowded in terms of the enemies in front of you. It's kind of difficult to traverse those jumping fish bones. Doing a perfect EiP on the top. Doing a frame-perfect jump right there. Too easy. If you want to go that lower route, you have to not press your jump button for more than a single frame, and that's what EiP just did. Retroverse took the safer route, didn't die, did everything right. Still a close race. Stage 2 of World 2 is pretty much the same-ish as Stage 1. There are a couple of tight jumps, there are a couple of death pits below. You pretty much just want to avoid brushing up too much on the walls and don't jump into any enemies. Both runners do it perfectly, still a very close race. And 2 of the levels of this game are auto-scrollers. So is 2-3. Very interesting in this game, at least in the very first release of it, version 1.0. is that there is a screen wrap glitch. If you hold left while an obstacle pushes you out of the screen, as AiP showcases perfectly, you appear on the right side of the screen, which can, in fact, be very useful for the speedrun, and we will see AiP attempt a boss skip on this level. Retroverse might opt to not go for that because there is there's a significant chance of you actually soft locking the game there. You can, while you're off screen, you don't see Mario, so there's a chance you actually miss your cue and just get entirely soft locked outside of the screen and not be able to finish level, which we hopefully will not see by AiP, who is very likely going to attempt that. You also, it's probably a good point to mention this. There is a chance, since we are talking about soft locks, there's also a chance to actually hard lock, to crash the game every time our runners take an invincibility star. There's a glitch in the game that there is a tiny chance, if the last note of the star, the invincibility star jingle, coincides with a certain note of the soundtrack, you could just crash the game. AiP is doing the out-of-bounds glitch there and gets it perfectly. You never saw the boss. If you want to see the boss of this level, check Retroverse's stream right now. And still skips it. You're not fighting bosses, as I said, except for the last two. Another chance at the bonus game. There's more time to be lost just due to RNG here. Every other frame, this animation that you see there, where the fake Daisy jumps out of the screen, can take 11 frames longer or 11 frames less. Just because. AiP with a 1-up. Best outcome right there. No further time loss. Retroverse gets a 2-up, not too much worse. Best versus worst outcome of the bonus game, by the way, is a difference of 3.5 seconds, so that is quite significant. If you're on a world record attempt and you get a bad outcome, you can reset. World 3 ramps up the difficulty yet again, and this time significantly. AiP will showcase a very, very big skip right here. You can jump over these gaps using the boulders. If you jump very quickly, you can see the hitboxes are a little bit wonky, and he gets both of them. If you get both of those skips, you actually save 12 seconds over not getting them. Retroverse doing it right now as well. Perfect execution. Still a very close race. One death can completely pull them back together. Stage 3-2 is kind of claustrophobic, as you can see. This time you don't only have death pits, you also have spiders, enemies from above, and lots of overhangs that you can bonk your head on and just fall into the next pit. There's a very similar boulder skip coming up on AiP's side right here, where you simply, well, you skip riding the boulder. You don't have to jump on the boulder right here. That's what you saw him do. You have to have a power up to be able to do that, so you can damage boost through the spikes. Both runners execute that perfectly. Tight jump for Retroverse at the end there as well. Gets it perfectly as well. Super good race so far. One of the most difficult levels is 3-3, where you actually have to do a couple of one-frame jumps, or first-frame jumps, I should say. AiP does it perfectly. He skips those platforms by actually jumping off them the first time. Here you can do another cycle skip, and again gets it perfectly. By waiting there for a fraction of a second, you delay loading that platform, which you can see again on Retroverse's side in a second. Sadly, he takes a death there. AiP, in the meantime, skipping another boss and moving on to our last world already. This is going very smoothly. But yeah, now you see Retroverse waiting there, and then you skip those cycles with the platform, so you don't have to go all the way through the little maze up and down. Well executed in the second attempt. AiP gets another chance at our all-beloved bonus game. He wants a fire flower here. Having the fire flower, just barely doesn't get it. Having a fire flower enables him to shoot a couple of enemies in his way. Since he doesn't have that, he has to grab a power-up and damage boost through. He also has to take a slightly different strategy for the remainder of the level. he will have to resort to taking a invisibility star, which I already mentioned. It's usually something you don't want to do because you have that tiny chance of getting that hard crash. If you have the fire flower, which Retroverse gets, we might see it right there, might see the difference. You are able to skip that star and just shoot everything in your way. The problematic thing with this game, however, is that as soon as you let go of the B button, the run button, you actually lose momentum, whether you're mid-air or on the ground. So you have to be rather precise to actually save time using this strat. Retroverse does go for the invincibility star, doesn't get it, so he doesn't go for it. Now he has to take it slow and sadly takes a death. EiP makes it through 4-1, somewhat unscathed. Generally, World 4 is showcasing the limitations of the Game Boy. As soon as there are too many sprites on screen, which World 4, as you can see, there's enemies everywhere, is a perfect example for, there's a high chance that your game will lag out. So you want to traverse quickly, not just because it's a speed run, but also because you just don't want to exhibit yourself to all of this lag. EiP gets it pretty perfectly. This very tight section right here, you have to be fast enough to make it exactly through that piranha plant with still having the invincibility star. Gets it perfectly fine. Really good run by EiP so far. Not too far behind his Retroverse. Last level already. This is going so smoothly. Another auto-scroll, as I mentioned. You can do the screen wrap glitch. EiP might opt to go for it. It's a little bit of swag. You don't need it here. You can't really make use of it to save any time on this level by using the glitch. It's usually just a safety measure because if you do it, you cannot, in fact, get hit by enemies. And you can do some fancy out-of-bounds jumping. Retroverse is... he might just be too slow for the piranha plant. No, he just still gets it. The little bonk was not enough to slow him down enough. Makes it through. And is also into the last stage already. At the end of the last stage, as I mentioned, we usually don't kill bosses in this game. These two bosses we will kill. There's the World 4 boss coming up, which is a cloud which shoots these chickens at you. I think they're actually called chickens in the original Japanese game. You have to hit both bosses 16 times, I believe, and it's pretty much an arms race. The bosses try to shoot at you, so you just try to get those 16 shots in before they get to you. EiP will come up to Tatanga, to the boss, the world boss first, in about 50 in-game seconds, I believe. And it's gonna go very quick from there. EiP, as you probably can see, is using an arcade controller. No, not right now. He's not. I'm lying. He's using his Super Nintendo controller. Super Famicom controller. And he has to mash really, really quickly to get those 16 shots in before the bosses get to him. Retroverse, in the meantime, traversing the level swimmingly. And the boss is coming up in 1 second. It's also going to be gone in 1 second, so keep your eyes peeled. There it is. There it was. And now the final boss already on EiP's side. Tatanga has stolen Princess Daisy. And this is time. That was a ridiculously fast run. I don't have the timer in front of me, but that felt very, very, very fast. Retroverse. Not too far behind. Like, he took a couple of safe strats. He took the additional death. And that's pretty much what separates you in this game from each other. Still a very, very good run so far. Boss time on Retroverse's side. You saw a little bit more of the cloud there. He was just showing it off for you. And he's going for a setup for Tatanga to actually be able to stay in place. Very good, very well done. GG Retroverse as well. And with that, this race is already over. That went by in a flurry. That's pretty much it from me already. I believe our runners want to say a couple of things. Good game from me.
OK。何か喋りたいことある？
はい、この度走らさせていただきましたエイプと申します。多少のミスはありましたが、おおむね納得できるランができたのではないでしょうか。ありがとうございます。めちゃめちゃ緊張しました。
Okay, what Ape said was, I'm runner Ape. My run was alright, and I'm satisfied with this run. I was so nervous. Thank you for watching. Okay, Retroverse.
Thank you, Ape, for asking me to do this race with you. Congratulations on such a great run. Hopefully, I've done the run well and everyone enjoyed it out there. I just wanted to do a quick few shout outs to my mom, dad, brothers, friends, coworkers, my girlfriend Sarah. Huge thank you to Odir for doing commentary for us. We appreciate him immensely. And if you all don't mind in the chat, throw some hearts up there for your leaderboard moderators. They put in a lot of time to verify runs. They take time out of their lives to do it, and let's give them those hearts, all right? Thank you, GDQ, and thank you again to Ape for this race. It was a lot of fun, and I appreciate him and the Super Mario Land community. So, thanks everyone. Stay tuned.
Thank you again so much, Ape and Retro, for that short but oh so sweet Mario Land race. A couple of donations from that because there was no time to get donos in for it. Got $25 from Habit saying high quality Mario Land race content. You'll love to see it, certainly. We also got ourselves $15 from Jason Voorhees. Pretty appropriate given the date. What does Mario use to speak to ghosts? A Luigi board. I get it. Thank you very much. And hey, we got $15 from Obsolete Ape saying, I'm riding the Trackmania chicane, baby. Serve me that swerve. Skirt, skirt. Oh, there's going to be a lot of skirting during that Trackmania Extreme Track Showcase. Currently sitting at $9,000 out of the $20,000 needed. Y'all are doing great with that push. We can get that buttoned up before the end of the Trackmania run itself. Let's keep on going, everybody. Y'all are fantastic. And now, let's take a little break, shall we? Take some time to hydrate, resituate, and anticipate the Trackmania awesomeness. AGDQ 2023 will be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to AGDQ 2023 online. Having a good time watching y'all see Balrog and Guile taking it to the paint. Boom, shakalaka. Is that the right game? Whatever. Anyway, it's been a very fast week here at AGDQ. World records, PBs. But on top of all this fast, how about we get some more fast? Because we're setting up for a run of Trackmania Turbo run by my friend Restats, joined by Gyril, as they too take us through the White Series tracks of the game. And hopefully the extreme tracks keep that $5 chicane train rolling. And they're going to have it up to you after this interview where the indomitable Kungfufruitcup is going to be chatting up Dimo, the runner, well, I guess, dancer, of Stepmania.
Everyone, I am Kungfufruitcup, and yes, I am joined here with Dimo, getting ready to do, actually in a couple hours, the Stepmania run. But listen, we need your help. Dimo's listening too. We need your help because we are still quite a bit away from getting that Stepmania, the run in to see this technical showcase. And so we're going to talk about it here now for you so that you can get to know a little bit more about it, get excited for it, and please get your donations in for it. Not only that, but it's just going to help our overall donation total. We're going to have some amazing prizes you can win for it, all kinds of good stuff. So first of all, hi Dimo, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited. This is easily the most exciting part of the, first half, whole year for me. So thank you.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, well, let's talk about why you're so excited then. We've got your technical showcase coming up. Now, if there are people who are newer here to like the Stepmania scene, talk about what like a technical chart would be.
Yeah. So technical refers to the style of Stepmania that we play. There's lots of different types. There's lots of different flavors of Stepmania. We've had Windu and Spooty Biscuit show off couples and not ITG. That is like usually mods in the mod space. There's stamina, which is really about endurance and density and pushing the physical limits of the game. And tech is about mapping really interesting patterns that are meant to go to specific, we call it chart rhetoric. It's like very fancy, but basically just like tones and rhythms in the song sound a certain way. You put arrows that make your body move a certain way. And then finally, it's really all about being accurate as possible. So the top judgment is actually plus or minus 15 milliseconds, which is sub-frame. So really crazy, but it's all about movement, all about accuracy.
So it's funny because the way you describe it is I'm like, that sounds like all the different types of charts you just described to me, just like all put together into one thing, right? So it sounds like not only are you like at a very, very high level of skill, but also you have to like be incredibly accurate, but then you're forcing your body to move in a specific way. So it's kind of like dancey, but super high skill, but really precise. I don't know. Okay, that sounds amazing. So then...
Thanks.
Okay.
It is.
So then I'd love to know a little bit more about like, you know what, actually this is a great time for a Twitter question because we have some social media stuff that is related to this, like from at... Newmitig. I don't know how to say that name. I'm so sorry. There's a lot of O's in it.
Neum.
They ask tips for those just getting into tech play. I feel like it's related.
Yeah, the easiest way to get into it is definitely downloading this thing called Club Fantastic. I was a part of this. It is a DRM-free initiative where the art, the music, the steps, everything was made by the community and funded by the community, and it's DRM-free. You can stream it. It includes an installer, so you can get playing right away, and it's available at cf.dance, CF for Club Fantastic. So that's really the easiest way to get in, and then there's a lot of resources available at itc.dance. That is the community hub, itc.dance.
Okay, so then you get on there, you download the thing, you start to play it. But then what would you think would be the biggest thing maybe you've incorporated to help get your skill level up into mastering tech?
Yeah, it's tough. Accessibility plays a big role in it. So like I have an arcade machine, which not a lot of people likely will be able to afford. It's also rarely available. The Stepmaniacs team does their best that's what I have, a Stepmaniacs machine. So accessibility of hardware is definitely a tough thing. There are pads that we recommend. L-Tech is a good pad to buy. Konami themselves are also making like soft pads, the plastic ones maybe you played as kids. So there are lots of ways to get into it if from a hardware perspective, that's, I think, the next step after you get the software package. Then it's really all about putting in the effort, right? Putting in the practice. I play like a part-time job. I work 40 plus hours a week, and then immediately after my job ends, I stream usually for 2 hours. So it's really about putting in the effort. My partner plays. She's so tech expert, really starts around difficulty 9 and kind of goes up to 15. She started playing maybe at the beginning of COVID and started on like 5s and 4s, and now can play up to 9 and 10. So everyone kind of gets better at a different pace, but it's really about putting in the work, getting the right hardware that you can afford and that you want, and then kind of going from there.
Cool, that's great. I think that's a great cumulative way to put it all together to like help people out. So yes, there's some tips for you all. But then going into this actual showcase, I know we're running short on time, but I wanted to know what chart you might be the most nervous about and why.
Oh, it's so tough. It's such a hard choice. I would say Deep in Sea. It's a difficulty 13 out of 14. 15. I don't know. I'm not going to say we have incentives. The run is going to get hard, but there is a 13 called Deep in Sea that is athletically, brain puzzly, and everything testing. Like it's just like you just throw your body out there and pray that you're going to come out on the other side with a good score. So Deep in Sea, definitely look out for that one.
Okay, last question, real quick. What do you love most about Stepmania? This is from @DDR Sensation.
Easiest answer, it's the community. Never, ever, ever have I been a part of such an amazing community. There is no owner of this game. It is all community driven, all community led, all community built. It doesn't matter if you're just playing the game. You're a part of this grassroots effort, which is to revolutionize dance games and bring the power to the people. So it's grassroots gaming at its finest.
Awesome. I love that. I love a community coming together. Speaking of community coming together, we are over 32,000 now out of the 100,000 we need to see this game this evening. We have a few runs between now and then. You can see Demo getting excited, wanting to see those donations roll in, and to hear more about the donations, we're going to head to a prize segment in just a second. Just want to say thank you real quick to Demo for speaking with me today. You are fantastic. I love your energy, and I'm so excited to see this tech showcase. So please, everybody, let's make this technical showcase happen. And now I'm going to hand it off to Court to talk about some prizes that you can win when you get your donations in to help make this showcase happen. Take it away, Court.
I think the job interview for that prize intern application should be coming in soon. Oh, come in.
Hi, are you Court?
Yeah, that's me. Welcome, Courtmate. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you for the first time. Definitely, for sure.
Absolutely. So, can I see your resume, please?
Of course, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So, to get started, why are you interested in becoming a prize intern here at Games Don't Quit?
I just love all the amazing work that the prize team at GDQ does. I just want to bring my own energy and style to this amazing group.
Oh, fantastic. So, what are your qualifications for this position?
I've done over 3 prize segments for Frame Fatale's events, and in that time I've showcased dozens of prizes. So I think I'm more than qualified for the position.
Oh, okay, fantastic. I'm seeing here that you have myself and Mr. Game and Shout listed as references. You want to elaborate on that?
Since both of you are on the team, I thought that would be maybe the best reference possible.
All right, fantastic. I'd love to hear that answer. So let's get into the technical part of the interview. We're going to have you, demonstrate showing off some of these prizes and see your style, see how well you know the prizes and all that kind of stuff. Sound good?
Perfect.
All right, so to simulate being live on air, we'll pick one up, talk a little bit about it, who donated it. So we have this candle from Retro Flame, Ridley's Breath, and so it's $5 minimum donation. Can you please describe the scent to the audience?
I'm getting a hint of cinnamon, and is that cinnamon fireside, maybe?
Wow, okay, yes, nice work. Great job with that. I've never seen someone identify exactly the name of the candle on the first try. So very impressive start.
One of my skills is being really good at reading labels.
Absolutely. So another important facet of being on the prize team is to be able to, recognize community and GDQ memes. So would you be able to identify this object to our audience, please?
Oh, it's a sphere.
Okay, not quite. Try one more time.
It's an orb?
Oh, okay, great work. Yes, it's an orb. It's a Super Mario World reference. We're going to be seeing some Super Mario World possibly later on if we meet that incentive. And what else do you want to talk about for this?
I kind of feel like maybe it was sent in to us by Heroic Replicas. Thank you so much.
Yes, that's
And for
correct.
a $15 minimum donation, you could win this orb.
Not quite. It's actually going to be a $10 minimum donation. Do you know where you can look up all the prizes to be super sure?
Okay, yeah. After this, I'll make sure to go right to gamesdonequick.com, click on the prize button, and I'll make sure to refresh on all of those different values.
All right, fantastic. That's how you know exactly where you get the prizes, who sent them in, and the minimum donation amount. There's also a few prizes that aren't at home, so that's a way you can tell the audience that we have more prizes available that are just viewable on the website.
Oh, like the Metroid title screen print that was sent in by Studio Pen.
Absolutely, and that's just a $5 minimum donation. The stunning opening from Metroid, and yeah, great work. You can also see when the prize window closes. This prize window closes at the end of Kaiser Block with elephants and snakes and crocodiles. So be sure to get your donations in soon to be able to be entered into that block. And lastly, we have the Catch Me If You Can painting sent in to us by Puzzle P, which is again referencing elephants and snakes and crocodiles. That amazing Kaiser run that I'm so excited for. So that's a great way to kind of integrate those prizes to the segment. So another thing I would like for you to do, a lot of times we try and connect prizes of similar games or genres. So if you see any Mario prizes that you're excited to talk about, please go ahead.
No, not that one. Okay, so we have this Super Mario Land version 1.0 cartridge. This was sent in to us by Retroverse, who I believe just ran this game.
Yes, we just saw that fantastic run. Good tie-in.
And it's a $5 minimum donation, and you could play this original cartridge, and it comes with a pretty nice case.
Oh, I love that.
Holding it too high?
No, yeah, there you go. You're working with the camera. It takes a little bit to get there. Totally
Sorry,
understandable.
I'm really nervous. I really need this job.
Okay, no worries. Give me another one.
Okay, so we have this Mario and Yoshi Perler that was sent in to us by Pearl Pop. Thank you so much. For just a $10 minimum donation, you could have Mario giving Yoshi a little kick here, sitting on maybe a shelf or a wall.
Yeah, absolutely. And can you identify, please, the power-up that Mario has?
Oh, it's a tunic.
Try one more time.
Cloak.
No.
A cape.
Yes, okay. Great job. All right. You made it there. It's okay. No worries. And one last Mario prize for me, please.
Okay, so we have this Mario Superstar string art sent in to us by Making It Nerdy. This is a $20 minimum donation, and it has a hook on the back, so you could hang it up as a wall on their wall, maybe or you could wear it like a necklace.
Oh, I love that idea. That's such a creative way to use that prize.
That's some of the style and changes I want to make to the prize team.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Great work talking about that. That was fantastic. All right. So we also want to talk about maybe sometimes prizes have multiple components, and there's a few things you want to do to the audience, make sure they know it's the same kind of prize. Can you demonstrate what you would do for that in the framing?
Okay, so maybe I would hold up something like this Mario-inspired hat and scarf set sent in by Charm and Strange Crochet.
Fantastic.
And then maybe I would give part of it to my co-host and have them maybe finish off the explanation.
Yeah, that's great to kind of have a little bit of a back and forth, especially for both of it. And it's a two-part Mario scarf, and you want to make sure you tell the audience for just a $15 minimum donation, you'll actually be entered in to win the matching set. So yes, fantastic work showing off that duo prize. All right, do you have any questions for me?
Sure. So in my previous prize work, I've noticed that my style is maybe a little different than what I've seen from Games Done Quick. So I was wondering if maybe you could give some examples of some showing off some prizes so that I could really compare against my own work and really start to adjust in case I did get the position.
Of course, that's a great point. Yeah, I can talk to you about one thing I really enjoy doing, especially with these prizes like this Super Metroid Shadow Box. You want to kind of talk about the layers that we here can see. The audience you can see that it is the frame of Samus versus Mother Brain, but the details you want to talk about how it has its own frame, how it has the UI from the game. We've got the E-tanks and the missiles, and also the Mother Brain and Samus are 3D off of the backdrop, and that's why these shadow boxes like this, the one given to us by Kitty Cat, are just so unique. You want to really sell why you need to donate $20 right now to get into it. You can't get it anywhere else.
It would look really good next to a string.
See, exactly. Yes, you can always, duo prizes like that. Fantastic. Exactly. Those are great ways to tie it in. And then you want to continue just talking about prizes that are of high value, really cool stuff. Like we have the Off-White Game Boy Pocket sent in to us by Anonymous, $25 minimum donation for that unique prize. And we also have a Wario head flower pot sent in to us by a friend of the stream, Marlo Dobb, the artist of Dicey Dungeons. I think Wario's expression just screams right into the camera. I love how the shaping of this, the colors, this is just, fantastic work.
I feel like he can see all of my sins.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. And lastly, we always want to bring up the day prize. We talked about how you want to get $25 in to show everything that we previously talked about during this interview.
Sure.
But we also have day prizes that's going to be open until, much further into the day. So you need $50. Get your $50 in now. Put that towards an incentive, and you can be entered to win this gorgeous Diddy Kong Racing Timber Plaza miniature.
Is that made of paper?
Yes, we've got the wood framing, we have the paper details, and you also want to talk about that. You can see all three different vehicle types from the game. You've got the car, the boat, and the plane. And this prize is absolutely stunning. Sky Bergson, thank you so much for sending it out to us. Again, $50 by the end of the day.
If you think about it, the wood is just paper that hasn't happened yet.
Exactly. See, there you go. Great job. Any other questions for me?
I just want to know when I would hear back to see if I got the position or not.
Oh, great point. So our next event is actually going to be Frost Fatales starting February 26th, and prize submissions are open for that now, so you can actually send something in and we could review it here alongside your application.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm going to go to gamesdonequick.com and submit a prize for Frost Fatales right now, or right after this interview.
Right. Okay. Thank you. We got to wait till we wrap up here. Awesome. Great stuff. Anything else?
I have one last question, and if it's okay to share, I noticed there was somebody who was in the prize intern position before, and I was just wondering what might have happened to cause such a short turnaround.
That's a really great question. You never want to forget talking about the grand prizes that we have available during the event. We have 3, and you may need to make sure you get $200 in cumulatively throughout the event. So first, I want to talk about the SkyTech Gaming Azure Gaming PC. All of the specs are available on the website. And, I know you're really good with computers, like you said in your resume, and you can use that to play all your favorite games that you want to be, streaming, speedrunning, or playing. We have the Heroic Replicas, Hylian Shield, and Choice of Replica. Like we saw the orb from Heroic Replicas, you can tie it back in to other prizes we've seen during the event. So you can get the shield and also your choice of up to 15 different replicas. And lastly, from Vulpin Props and Cute Monster Props, we have the Fallout laser rifle. And I see here you're a Fallout fan.
Yeah, I put that on my resume. I thought it was important.
It happened to be very important for this specific event. So great job with that tie-in.
Thanks so much. And that's all great, and it's all super important. And I definitely want to get donations in to win those prizes. But that didn't really answer my question about
Thank you so much for this interview, Corvin. I really appreciated it. It would be great to have you on as a prize intern in the future. But before we talk again, I want to just say, we got to tell the viewers what event we're at.
I'm Corvin May, and you're watching Games Done Quick.
Thank you so much, Court and May and Fu and Demo, for the lovely prizes, the lovely interview, the lovely everything. Oh, y'all, we are over halfway there to that Extreme Tracks incentive, nearly $11,000. Everybody keep it going. Allons-y! And all right, tout le monde, I've gotten word the run is ready. Chat, for the second year in a row, you're going to need to bust out those baguettes, those French flags, those bottles of wine in chat. Come on now, vive la France. There we go. Yes, oui, baguette. Everyone welcome Rustats and Gyrol and wish them bonne chance for their White Tracks double driver run of Trackmania Turbo.